Go ahead, Bo.
Snit, what can you give us a sense of what you've been doing over the last 2 days, and do you feel like that's allows your team to stay fresh or ready for Monday's game?
Yeah, well, we've worked out both days. We been playing sim games. Getting some. The day after we clinched, it was we had guys throw and guys face a lot of hitters and yesterday so it's kind of the same thing we did before. I mean, there wasn't any downtime. I mean, we worked out and got the guys out of the hotel and actually got a lot done.
Dave?
Did you guys work out today at Globe Life in Arlington, or are you still in Houston, then drive up to Dallas?
No, we're getting ready to in about 20 minutes. We're here. We're in Arlington right now. So the Dodgers are working out now, and we'll follow them up. We're scheduled at 7:45.
And what did you think of? I mean, no surprise, the Dodgers won that probably. What biggest challenge do they present?
Well, I mean, it's just it's a complete club. It seems like they're not as much a platoon club as they were the last time we saw them in the playoffs. It's just a very experienced veteran team. They don't beat themselves. It's just a solid club.
Scott, Bron?
Hey, Snit, what have you heard about this new big ballpark in Arlington, as you guys haven't played there yet?
No, I went out, and saw for about 5 minutes when we first got here. And if you look at the overlays between our ballpark at home and here, there's not a huge difference. There's some, they don't have it gets a little deeper in right field. But there's a spot in right center field that's kind of quirky. Everybody said it's an honest park. I mean, it doesn't sound like the ball's just flying out or anything like that. So, we'll see. Like I said, it's anxious to get out there and, let the guys take balls off the bat and get on the dirt and field some grounders and things like that. So, we got two workouts, so that'll be good.
Bo?
2 years ago when you guys matched up against the Dodgers, it felt like, maybe you weren't quite there. Do you feel like you have you're equals right now, and maybe even your offenses are very similar?
Yeah, no, I thought, when we faced them the last time, and I said afterwards, we weren't as strong as they were. We made a lot of progress in that regard, and I think we're a better club now. We're more well-rounded. We're stronger. We're a stronger team than we were 2 years ago. Our offense, the total, the bullpen, what we've seen out of the young starters is pretty good too. So, we feel again that we're a lot better club than when we were 2 years ago.
Back to you, Scott.
Snit, I wanted to talk to you about the leadoff hitters. You got Betts and Acuna. I mean, two dynamic MVP candidates. So first off, just wanted to get your take on how annoying it is for your team to face someone like Betts and for everyone else to face someone like Acuna who can burn you in so many different ways to start a game.
Oh, I know. I mean, Mookie Betts has been an elite player for a long time. I mean, it's two pretty good leadoff guys, in the game. Kind of shows where our game's going, compared to what leadoff hitters used to look like. And now, you look at two guys like that, like you say, that the skill sets are unbelievable. They're guys that can beat you with their legs. They can beat you on defense. Obviously, the impact that they can have offensively, and that's two really talented players.
And then my second part is, why do you think both of them thrive so much specifically in leadoff? But both of them are similar in that they've tried other spots.
Yeah,
which we know, the Acuna story.
It's the hitting is a mindset. Where you hit in the lineup is a big deal to a lot of guys. You hit the wrong guy fourth, and they can't handle that yoke. And some guys it's amazing I know that sometimes guys profile, but there's a lot to do. Hitting's a lot of mental and where guys feel good. And I know Ronald feels good leading off, and I'm sure Mookie does too. And it's all about a mindset, I think.
Allison?
Hey, Snit, changing it up just a little bit. Your son, Troy, is the hitting coach for the Astros, and they're in the ALCS, and they're going tomorrow. And then you're in the NLCS. So I guess how cool is it to, father, son, to both be in the championship series? And will you be able to watch any of that game?
Yeah, probably a little, but no, it is. It's a really neat thing to have going on in our family. And like I said before, I'm very proud of what he's done and where he is. And it's special. It's just that, things like that don't happen all the time. And the fact that, he's in his second ALCS in, the 2 years that he's been a major league coach. I told him last year, it's like, it's not supposed to be that easy. It took me 44 or 5 years to get there, so, but it's special. Like I said, I'm very proud of him. Our family is, and it's good for our family to have that happening.
Jared?
Hey, Brian. So your team obviously had incredible amounts of success against very high velocity, that like 97 and up. I think you were the best in baseball with those kinds of pitches. I'm wondering, one, what do you think makes your guys so good against that kind of heat? And two, what will that do in this series against a Dodgers team that has a lot of really big arms in that rotation?
Yeah, no, it's just they're aggressive hitters. I mean, they hit off the fastball. I mean, that's the game to me is played off the fastball, and we just so happen to have, we run a lot of guys at you that have had success hitting the fastball. Not to say they are not good overall hitters. I mean, they hit. I mean, I know you look at what Travis d'Arnaud did against some breaking balls in that last series, and a guy like Freddie and Azuna too. I mean, they're good hitters, and then with the ability to hit an above average fastball.
Dave?
Snit, if anybody was just looking at from the outside, wasn't aware of the details, and they saw that you're starting two of your first three starters are rookies, they might be taken aback. But how unusual is it, and how comfortable do you feel with those two guys at this point?
Well, I feel very comfortable. I don't have any other choice. That's what's going on here. It's really good. So I'm and I feel good. What a great opportunity I think this is for these young guys, and they've all, like I said, you can't replicate this. They've handled the moment to date. They've been really good. I love the way they've handled themselves. Max is no, grizzled veteran either. I mean, you're talking about a young guy there too, a young starter. So we have three young starters that they're cutting their teeth in the postseason, and so far they've all been really, really good. So I'm excited. I'm excited about watching all three of them pitch.
Will you go with the same breakdown for this series, roster breakdown 15-13?
We haven't said it yet, but it's probably turned in that way. Yeah.
Scott?
Snit, what do you think the fan experience is going to be like? These guys haven't played for fans all season long. How are you feeling personally?
Yeah,
and how do you
I don't know.
the players are?
It's going to be as different as not having them. Maybe. I don't know where they're going to put them. You know what I mean? If or how spread out they're going to be. I don't know. I haven't heard if they're going to continue to pipe noise in, even though there's limited numbers. I think it's going to be kind of neat. Kind of maybe we're crawling back to, be a nice sign if we see people in the stands. I think make everybody feel good that we're trending in the right direction.
Tyler?
Yeah, Brian, your bullpen obviously has been such a strength for you. Beyond just the numbers, like what makes them so effective? Is there durability, their stuff, the variety? Like what is the best part of your bullpen?
All the above, what you just said. I think it's a good mix of guys, a lot of different looks. It's a bullpen that especially this year with the 3 batter minimum, that they're not matchup guys. They're clean inning guys. You know, you look for runs, obviously, with a couple of them, but, you know, they're all guys that get both sides out. They are, as evidenced in all the work that they had to do over the last 2.5 months. They're very durable. I think we've done a really good job of spreading the whole thing out with these guys. And it's a good collective group. I mean, and to take it a step further, it's a group of guys that really, you know, you look at makeup and you know, if you see like some of the sim games we have, and if there's a reliever pitching, the rest of them are behind the screen watching, and you know, they talk, they root for each other. It's a really good mix of guys, and I you know, they're all pulling for each other, and you know, for all the right reasons. So it's a really good collective group of guys.
Thank you.
Maria Torres.
Brian, I understand that your team had attempted to acquire Darno in the past, so I imagine seeing his success this year maybe doesn't come as much of a surprise, but is it gratifying to see him emerge, and especially considering his career trajectory before mid-2019?
Travis, you said? Yeah, you know, I've seen him from across the diamond a lot of, yeah, I haven't seen him a whole lot because he was always, you know, you had to Tommy John and was rehabbing injuries. Always liked him when he played. I love the athleticism. I love a catcher that's built like he is. It doesn't expend a lot of energy catching. And be honest with you, till you live with a guy and you see him every day, you don't really appreciate him. And Travis is just like, he's fit in here from the first day of regular spring training, and divested himself in our young pitching staff and our pitching staff as a whole, and has played really, really well. I mean, he's done a really good job, and I think we're very fortunate to have him.
What do you think the pitching staff appreciates in him?
You know what? I think because I think he brings instant credibility. He's been in this arena before. I mean, he's caught World Series games. He's seen, you know, a couple of the, you know, really fine young pitchers come up, and that he caught with the Mets, and you know, he's been there, so he's got a lot of game experience in this arena that he can share with those guys, and they trust him, and I think they respect him too.
Thank you.
Mike.
Hey, will your rotation stay exactly the same? And what do you envision the challenges with juggling some of your pitching decisions and usage with this 7 games and 7-day format?
Yeah, you're gonna have to be aware of that with no off days. I mean, it's like we're gonna have to use everybody. I mean, you're not gonna be able to pitch your main guys every day, obviously, and you know, we were faced with that a little bit. I think that the thing broke really good for us the other day when we scored a lot of runs, and we're going to have to be aware of that. We're going to go after games. If we got leads in games, we're going to go after them. I mean, you know, and see, and you know, it's a postseason. But we're going to have to use, but the 7 days in a row, everybody's going to have to be in play probably more often than what we just experienced.